Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Alinga Sise of Urban Harvest Organic Farm. For all of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am so grateful, and for those who are still new, please kindly consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Today I want to give you updates about our birds. Guys, yesterday the debeaking was successful in a way that I did not get mortality at all. But by the time that we were leaving the farm, there was one bird that was very weak. I think it had overbled, but this morning woke up and it was now fine. And there were like some birds that escaped. I think like either between 10 to 15 birds escaped. They were very stubborn. And since this was not vaccination, we are not like very serious about birds not escaping. So we have close to 15 birds that escaped, and I'm going to cut their beaks today because you can easily identify them. But the birds have reduced in production so greatly, so greatly. Now, like these are the feeds that we added yesterday before debeaking. Can you imagine? For those who watched that video, these feeds we added yesterday before starting debeaking the birds, but you can see the feeders still have the feeds, and it's already midday. I did not come here, I was quite busy, and actually after the debeaking I was having terrible headache. I think I was also frustrated like the birds. I was feeling pity for the birds, and I got a lot of headaches. So I didn't come here since morning. It's already midday, but you can see the drinkers still have water, the feeders still have the feeds, and the birds are just very dormant, very calm, you can see. So these are some of the things that you're going to experience after debeaking the birds. Whether you use the debeaking machine, the automated debeaking machine, or use the ordinary debeaking scissors, your birds will still be like this, since they have the wounds and they are still in the healing process. Remember yesterday I told you that in the drinking water you must have their ginger, garlic, which will act as the antibiotics, and the aloe vera that will help fasten the healing process. So that is very important. But the debeaking went on well. You can see the beaks, you can see, and I did all by myself with my girl who helps me here, you can see. So just for formality, we are going to add on the feeds. I'm sure as we add the feeds, they will keep feeding, but at least there's no more bleeding. But honestly, there was a lot of bleeding yesterday. You can see in the walls, guys, you can see in the walls, lots of blood everywhere. Everywhere you can see the blood. This corner, they love to sleep in this corner, guys. You can see the blood that is there. But today there is no bleeding at all, except those stubborn ones that escaped yesterday. I'm going to debeak them. Anyway, I don't know whether they can even reach 15 in numbers. Anyway, because there was a point that we left the farm, where we went to do some other things in the house, and we came back. So during that time is when they were busy escaping. You can see the walls covered with blood. Okay, so these are some of the things that the birds will go through. They will reduce in production, and that is why yesterday I told that it is not advisable to debeak the birds when they are soon starting to lay. Let's say when they are 15, 16 weeks, 17 weeks, or when the birds are already laying eggs. It is really not good to debeak the birds when they are already laying eggs, because if they are already laying eggs, they will greatly reduce in production, and if they are soon starting to lay, it will again make them take a bit longer before starting to lay eggs. That is why it is advised to debeak these birds when they are between 8 weeks to 12 weeks. Okay, up to 14 weeks you can still debeak the birds. So right now, anyway, let's give them the feeds and see how they are going to react, whether they will run to come and feed or not. But honestly, feeders still have a lot of feeds in them, you can see. But I'm sure we are giving them like 2 days. After 2 days, This one entered the drum. After 2 days, they are going to start feeding well. You can see the walls have lots of blood, but we thank God there is no mortality at all. Winnie, chage onyushe. So let us start adding the feeds and we see their reaction. You see, they are running towards the feeds. Wow, 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 wow. This is amazing. Wow. Oh, these birds are strong. They are looking so dormant and weak. Kumbe. Wow. Guys, do you know what is happening? The birds, they are trying to feed, and I think they try to feed, but their beak cannot allow them. Oh my God. Guys, you can see. They are really trying hard, Oh, imagine. It is totally so new for them. Guys, you can see. They are running to feed, but their beaks cannot allow them. So you can see, they can't even peck on the feeds. It is hard for them, but I'm sure they will get used. We are giving them 2 days. The appetite is there simply because of the ginger, the garlic, basically the herbs that we are giving them. But their beaks, I think, is painful. They can't peck on the feeds. That's why you see they are really full, wanting to feed, but it's hard. So guys, you can see this side where we have already added feeds, all the birds have left. They cannot peck on the feeds. I think they have a lot of pain, you see. And again, they are full this other side where we are putting the feeds. Oh my God, these birds are really suffering. But anyway, we are giving them only 2 days. I'm very sure after 2 days they will be fine. So that is why after debeaking these birds, you must at least give them something to fasten the healing process. If you're still using the synthetic drugs, you must give them vitamins to boost on their appetite. You must also give them antibiotics, by the way, to at least to prevent them from getting infection. And for if you're using the herbs, I already told you the herbs that you're supposed to give the birds. So we are done filling up all the feeders with the feeds, and I've been running up and down with those birds that were not debeaked yesterday, and in total we managed to debeak right now 17 birds. So make sure that after debeaking you check through your birds, especially for us who are in the deep litter system, because these birds are very stubborn. Sometimes you can partition the house very well and they still end up escaping. Now, like for our case yesterday, we left them alone and we went to do some other things. Then we came back later. That is how they escaped, actually, a lot. So many of them, all the 17. But still, we shall keep checking every day, because at least we should debeak them within the same time. It's not good to debeak these birds like you debeak some today, then you stay after 1 week. It is really not good, because we want them to start laying at least early and uniformly. Because if we keep debeaking in bits, that is when birds will not have uniform performance in terms of laying, and that is when we shall not meet our target. So you can see the birds are sleeping. They have interest to feed, but their beaks cannot allow them. But like we shall give them like 2-3 days, and they will be fine. But otherwise, others are still actually feeding. The diehards are really feeding, but others are just here lying. You can see. So as a beginner, you have to know that these are some of the things you will go through when you do some of these things in your farm, and make sure you use the right instruments for debeaking these birds. Don't use ordinary scissors. Kindly let us use the debeaking scissors and the automated debeaking machine for those who can afford, and let us at least make sure that we use professionals in doing these things so that we don't get mortalities. See, that is one of the birds we debeaked. You can see, covered up with blood. So for today, that is all I had for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much for all your wonderful love and support. But if you're still new, please kindly consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video, comment in the comment section down below, and I'll be so grateful. See you next time. I love you all. Bye bye.